right, everyone at home on YouTube, on Google Plus, and all that good stuff. Welcome to another episode of the Black Oni Podcast. This is episode 15, motherfuckers. This is episode.
It's weird that it's 15.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably doesn't help that I haven't been on one in like 6 episodes or more. So.
You're on now, man. Good to have you back on. Dan took a little 1-episode hiatus. He's back on.
Because I got a real job. I don't
real job at GameStop.
Yeah, real job at GameStop. I don't entertain the internet anymore.
Nice.
I need to start doing that again.
We are making strides to do that right now. And so this episode is called Beyond the Horizon, mainly because the big three finally have their consoles out in the market. We all have the ability to play them and share our thoughts and opinions and all that. But, oh man, I'm hearing, that's weird. All right, I was hearing a loop of the podcast on YouTube because I had that window open. Anyway, I would like to introduce our guests for the podcast. Of course, I am JBlaze06. I'm joined by Miss Shazamay. And she's not moving right now to me. Oh, there she is.
I can't hear her. She's moving, but I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can't hear you either.
And now she's closed again.
Yo.
And now she's gone.
Throw up the technical difficulty sign. Throw up the technical difficulty sign right now. Just flash it.
Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? I'm using the Apple headphones instead of like the full.
I can hear you just fine.
Cool.
And, whoa, what the fuck? Capture? Okay.
I'm sorry. I just clicked it. I think I can take a picture of us now.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, there's screen share. Oh, yay. All right. Cool.
I am also joined by your homie D.
What up, bitches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also have the 1KK.
What's going on? Oh, my hand was off the screen. There we go. What's going on?
Very nice.
I just noticed that I have a severed leg on my screen right up here. That's nice.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you do. Mind explaining that for a second?
It's signed by Chuck Palahniuk. I got it at Comic-Con last year, so that's pretty awesome. But I just noticed that it's just sitting over my head.
Did I see you walking around with that at some point? Is that a thing?
Yes, you did. You did indeed.
Oh, this motherfucker's gonna use Google Effects.
Whoa,
God damn it,
what is that doing?
Don't tell people.
Now I can put things
I
on
know
you
what it
guys.
does.
Don't tell people that. Keep going. This podcast isn't over yet. Don't stop.
That's what happens when you give people to.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It just keeps happening.
Yeah.
This is why. That's exactly why. Just things are happening that I just can't explain anymore.
Oh, man.
Anyway, we're gonna go right into our intro. Icebreaker. Yeah. What was the best gaming-related Christmas present you've ever received?
When I was like 10, I got a PlayStation.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of systems, so.
Yeah.
Like, I got a Sega Genesis when I was little, so that's pretty cool. So I guess that's it.
I don't remember when I got my Sega. I think I got my Genesis, like, not even on Christmas. It was just like a thing. It's something that appeared in my place. My dad, like, brought it over. It's like, hey, there's this video game console. I was like, oh, what? And I just was playing that as much as I could. Like, I played Sonic until, like, my eyes bled.
Wow.
Nice.
That's kind of hardcore.
That's a lot of Sonic.
Yeah.
Mad Sonic.
I got, what's that game? It's like you side scroll and you shoot stuff and you're in space.
Vector Man.
No, not Vector Man. It was for Sega. Man, they just played this on Game Grumps. Whatever. It doesn't matter now, but I had that.
Nice.
Whatever it was. Then, like, my Sega broke. Who the fuck is this?
It's Mr. Soil, a.k.a. Soad.
Maybe.
Maybe. I see something on his screen, so I assume
I think it's a
he's there.
sweatshirt.
Yeah, but it's very still.
Yeah.
I see nothing. I see gray.
Oh. Well, I think he's here. He's just getting accustomed to the... He has to use his phone because his computer's being stupid.
Mm.
So yeah, it was Sega Genesis for you, Kev?
Yeah, probably.
And what was your answer, Dan?
Sorry, I had to click the randomize button. I couldn't help it.
Oh, I saw. Don't worry. Yo, homie D.
Yo, what up?
What was your answer again?
I got a PlayStation when I was 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think my PlayStation 2 was also a Christmas present. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I got with it Final Fantasy 7.
Nice.
Like yeah. I did. I got Final Fantasy 7 and I got something else. I don't know. I don't remember what that was. I just remember getting Final Fantasy 7. And I remember playing the demo at my cousin's house and starting the actual game, and only getting as far as like the first boss in the warehouse, the Robo Scorpion, the Mecha Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I got the PlayStation demo CD with Omega Boost on it, and that's one of like the greatest games in the world, and I want that so badly.
That's pretty awesome. I had what's the word? I had Final Fantasy VII downloaded on my PlayStation account, but I didn't even like play it because I was like, oh, I'll play it on my PSP, and at the time my PSP only had like 1 gig of data, and like it was being used up by the memory of other games, so I couldn't actually play it on my PSP. But now I have it on my Vita, and I'm about to start playing that.
Nice.
That's nice. I don't really see the point in all the remakes of Final Fantasy VII though. I really think it's just a money move.
And yet every time they do it, I debate buying it. Like I have it on my PlayStation, and they made another one on Steam that was like slightly higher resolution, and I almost bought it.
Yeah. I have it. I still have the original disc, so I'm good.
Nice.
As long as I can find a
Nice.
PS2 or PSX on eBay, I'm straight. I'll just play the original disc. And Will, you still have my working copy of Final Fantasy VIII. So
I sure do.
yeah.
Gotta get that back, bro.
Yeah. I'll give you that Star Ocean.
Oh, I forgot about that game. Holy shit.
Yep. I had to go buy working disc because they just said you gave me broke.
Oh, what? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you told me about that. You let I'm not gonna name drop, but you let somebody we know use it.
Yeah,
And
borrow
it up.
it.
Yeah.
Yep, fucked it up.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I just want to say, everyone, we are joined by Soil, aka Soad. He is on screen.
What's up?
Yo.
Is everybody lagging?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Woo! Who has?
Get together.
Yeah.
And Miss
All right.
Shazenae's back. I don't know what happened to her, but she's back.
Okay.
There we go.
I think I got it.
Nice.
All right.
Jesus, the amount of effort that took.
Fucking Google.
Okay.
So, Miss Shazenae,
What's up?
what was your favorite or best gaming-related Christmas present you've ever received?
I never got like a gaming present. I got a computer one year as a Christmas present, which I use to record games. So I guess I'd have to say my computer. I know it's not really directly gaming related, but it's what I play games on.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah.
And what about you, Soil?
What's the question, man? Sorry, I'm tardy to the party here.
Nah, it's cool, man. Your tagline. Wait,
Yeah, that's
still
right.
waiting for Dice.
Because I
There you
am.
go.
I am still waiting for Dice to fix Battlefield 4 right now. What's your question, dude?
What was the best gaming-related Christmas present you've ever received?
Oh yeah, that's right. You did ask that. I'd have to say the N64. Like that was a big one for me when I was a kid, and just having opening that underneath the Christmas tree was really special. And that was also the last gaming console I was ever bought one for a gift on Christmas. After that Christmas, I had to buy the rest.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it was very bittersweet. But yeah, I go with that.
All right, that's fair. It's pretty legit. Yeah, I think my favorite. Yeah, my favorite one had to be the PS2. Like once I got my PS2, I was just like, nothing else really matters right now. Like I got a DVD player and PS2 and PS1 player all in one. Like I was just in love with the thing. So that was like my favorite. And I remember getting Metal Gear Solid 2 along with it, and I was just like, yeah, that's just what it's all about. Because I had to wait like 1 or 2 years before I can get it, because some of my other friends had it already. And I was just like, why do you guys get to have it? Finally had my own. Anyway, we're going to move right along into the gaming section. Let me make sure I'm looking at the comment section to make sure there isn't anything too crazy. All right, cool. Great. So what have you guys been playing this week?
I've been playing the Walking Dead series. I just started on season 1 because I saw that season 2 came out on Steam. So now it's my turn to catch up. I'm really excited. It's
season
great
2's out?
No,
yeah, season 2 is now on
I think
Steam.
it was. Is it? I thought it was until February.
I saw that the 400 Days was out, and I played that.
Yeah, that came out, and then
You guys
I'm
are
like
confused.
99% sure it's out.
Well, not you guys. All right, Dave, you are correct in saying the next season for The Walking Dead is out in February, but that's for the show.
I thought
the next
I
part
thought
of
the
this.
with Clementine and everything, right? That's what I'm thinking. Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Oh.
Yeah, no shit.
I
Yeah,
gotta check
that's-
again, but I think so.
Oh, all right.
It's either out now or coming out like really, really within like
Yeah.
the next couple of days. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Like I posted on Facebook, like, yeah, it's about to start. Oh, what the fuck?
That was
Yeah,
my-
I think that was an ugly
I don't know what I
face.
just did.
I didn't do anything. Dan did it.
Dan
It
did
was Dan's fault.
it.
God damn it. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Dude took a picture. All right, now we have a photos down there if you want to see a picture of yourself. Oh, wait, what? All right, whatever. But yeah, you've been playing. Ah, damn it, I didn't mean to do this. Cancel. Oh, no. I'm doing things. I'm sorry. What is that? All right. I apologize. I don't know what I'm doing.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh dear Lord. All right. You're playing The Walking Dead. So how
Yeah.
you say you're playing Walking Dead season 2?
No, I'm playing
Oh,
season
season
1
one.
because I never played it, and now I
Okay.
saw that season 2 is either out or coming out. I want to
Yeah.
catch up on it so I can hop right on season 2.
What are your thoughts so far?
I think it's so good. I just put up the first episode yesterday, and I only played a half hour of it, and never once in my life
watch
have I only played a half hour of a game. It got so sucked in so quickly. It's such a good game. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us is also so good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until all the episodes are out for that one because
Yeah.
I feel like my attention when it comes to their games is gonna be more on Walking Dead. But then like from what I hear, that series is pretty good too.
The Wolf Among Us was spectacular, like the first one. And I'm really intrigued to see what they do with the rest because, like, it's a prequel to the Fables graphic novels,
Mhm.
and they've already violated, like, what's happened in the story.
Oh.
Like, they've already
Oh.
done things that can't happen. So something interesting has to happen there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What about you, homie D?
Oh,
I can't hear
Me
anything you're
You're
either.
saying.
really soft.
Damn
I hear
you,
you back away.
Google!
I can't hear you. I'm hoping that link I sent works because it says December 17th was the Steam release date
Nice.
for season 2 of The Walking Dead. It is right around the corner.
oh, okay.
The other consoles, Xbox One, PS4, we're not sure yet.
Hey.
Oh, wait, they're thinking
Hey.
about bringing that back?
Oh, okay, cool. Cool, you can hear
Oh,
me.
wait, Dan, what?
Yeah, I can hear him very softly.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
What about now?
Better.
I can hear you better.
Okay. Yeah, I was using the internal microphone before, and I realized I have this fucking mic sitting next to me. Let me use it. And then I realized I had to set it all up again because I hadn't plugged it in for like 3 months.
Oh no.
Anyway, so I've been playing Fez, which I think is dope. At least the presentation is ill. The gameplay is pretty basic, but like it's a fun fucking game for at least a good 2 hours. I've been playing Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. I bought that. That game is dope. Because I'm essentially finished with Super Mario World 3D World. Like I beat the final boss and I'm at like the last stage. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that doesn't have it and wants to play it. But I'm at the last stage. I guess I just spoiled it. Whatever.
Well, you didn't spoil anything.
Yeah. But fucking the last boss fight is kind of crazy. It's really fun. It's a fun fucking game. So I did that, and I'm playing Tales of Abyss on my 3DS, Tales of the Abyss, because you can transfer data from Monster Hunter from your Wii U to your 3DS, but like it's a pain in the ass to go back and forth to keep playing. So I was like, I need to play a game so it'll distract me, so I won't have to keep transferring data. And I started playing Tales of the Abyss again.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never finished that.
Well, Tales games I feel like are easier to finish because the battle system isn't like a dick. So yeah.
Are all the Tales games action oriented?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's boss. Because I've been playing a little bit of Tales of Exilia, and that's been pretty cool. I need to finish that game because so far it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I think the best thing about this game is like the story isn't like too hard to get into. So the battle system is like any other Tales game, which is nice. So yeah, the story is I think what's keeping me along, because I was almost considering after I played Monster Hunter last night till like 4 a.m. I was like, oh, let me go play some Tales. And then I was like, nope, passed out. Passed out. That's me.
What about the rest of you guys? And the rest of you guys being Kevin and Soil.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
I was waiting for Kevin to go. I figured he'd know.
I haven't played all that much lately. I started playing DC Universe again, and I played Battlefield with you guys, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know. Non-stop
I will
stuff.
say, when we were playing Battlefield all together in like one party, like we finally got into the same room together, and same squad, and same game.
Yeah, I know
that
we
was
did. I know we
awesome.
did. That's why my tagline says what it does. Because when we finally got in that big ass room on the same team, it fucking kicked me again.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we were like, where the fuck is Soil?
Yeah, as soon as you all got in there, it kicked me. And I was like, fuck this game. And I walked away. I was so fucking pissed off. Even though it still brought me back. I was playing it this morning. I can't help it. But I really,
I saw
really
you
wanted
playing
to fix
yesterday. I got on. I saw you playing. I was like, you just can't stay away.
I can't.
He's in an abusive relationship with Battlefield 4, right?
Just taking it. You just keep beating me up, and I just keep taking it. But it's cool. That's what I've been playing, though.
Is my tagline backwards to you guys, too?
No.
Mine was
Nah, it's only
backwards
you.
at first.
I don't know
Okay.
why. I don't fucking understand it.
That's very strange.
It's backwards?
It is. Yeah, it'll look backwards to you, but for everyone else, it looks
I
fine.
just wanted to make sure, because otherwise it doesn't really make much sense.
This is true. It's just saying, like, give me 10 and what?
Yeah, exactly. Namek na dark?
Well, so I've been playing Battlefield. I've been trying to get better at sniping in that game. I've been like playing around with all the different rifles in that game, and there are certain weapons like the RMAs or something like that are just fucking useless. I don't understand why they put those in the game, because like the one that you unlock for a scout originally is just a terrible gun. But the sniper rifles are good.
Yeah, by the way, you posted that video, that one sniper rifle you picked up on the site, and when you're looking down the site, you can see exactly how far away they are. And
I noticed that after I posted that video.
Like, I was just thinking, man, if he
So, like, I
just
was like-
changes the sight on his gun, he would be hitting these guys in the head each time.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I was trying to lead all the shots a certain way, but like I'm still getting used to like how much you have to lead in the bullet drop. So like I don't know, but like when you saw me on, like that's when they were like close enough for me to just be like sniping them. So I was like, boom, headshot, boom. So that was fun. But I figured out a way to. I was just telling Dan actually this morning. I figured out a way to just rip the recording that I put onto Facebook and download it to my computer so I can like edit it and like put it into the format that I usually use for uploading video. So for you guys at home, if you want to see some gameplay footage, that's how I'm going to be doing it, at least for the time being, until Sony releases that patch that removes the HDCP for HDMI video game capture. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of games that just came out not too long ago. I'm just going to name them off, and you guys can decide whether or not you want to talk about it, because there's just mad shit that just came out between our last podcast and now. The Xbox One was released along with all the launch titles for it, so those would be Rise, Forza, Dead Rising, Killer Instinct. I know I'm missing more than that. Crimson Dragon, Connect, Sports Rivals.
The majority of these are all applying to Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny Brains.
Don't sound tweet.
Tiny Brains looks interesting.
Say it again?
Tiny Brains looks interesting.
It really does. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people are saying about that. I'm not gonna again, the whole review thing. Like, I'm not trying to look at the review scores. I just want to hear what people are saying about the game, what they like.
I read something from the developers, and they were like, "We were really glad to be picked as a PlayStation Plus Spotlight," and I thought that meant it was going to be free. It is not.
No, but it is on discount if you have a PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
It's like
still like
$2
over
discount.
$10 though. So.
Yeah. But for you guys at home who don't know about Tiny Brains, it's a cooperative adventure between 4 people. I think it's online too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, hopefully. And each little animal, you're basically like lab rat, or not lab rats, lab animals, and each animal has their own special power. They've been gifted these supernatural abilities. So one character can create portals between 2 different places, and so you can solve puzzles by doing that. There's one that can electrocute or electrify things, and that will have certain effects on different properties of objects. One person can make things either hard or bouncy, and then there's another one. I think there's one that uses sound waves to manipulate objects or something like that. I don't remember. But each character has their own way of applying things, and each puzzle has multiple ways you can solve them depending on what you decide to do with the characters.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah. And it's an indie developed title, so it's it's a pick up and play type of thing. But I feel especially with voice chat, that would be just a really great game to play when you're drunk.
Yeah. It's nothing like puzzle games when you're drunk.
Seriously, it's the funniest thing to ever watch.
I think Portal 2, cooperative Portal 2, was one of my favorite things I ever did drunk. You're shoot the portal there.
What?
Now jump through it and aim over there.
Me and Zach played a little while we were drinking at some point, and he and one of our other friends from college played while they were drunk before, and he was just we got to do that again. We have to have a group of people together just doing that shit because it's just so much fun.
And also, you end up thinking that it's the funniest thing in the world when you shoot portals so that you fly through the air and hit each other in the air and fall down and die.
Yeah, I'd have a lot of fun.
It's funny when you do it when you're not drunk, so.
Yes, pretty much. It's just more fun.
Did I just get flipped? What the fuck? All right, whatever. Moving on. I don't know what just happened on my screen, but I was freaking out a little bit.
For a while, you were frozen on mine, and it looked like you were a zombie. It was pretty cool.
That's what I saw. I was going to say something.
Your eyes were rolling back, and you
Either zombie or really enjoying yourself, man.
There's someone underneath the camera that you can't see. No big deal.
Someone by the name of Jill.
Oh, Hannah.
Oh man, Hannah. That's a good one.
Yeah. Jackie O. Yeah, that's another good one.
Jackie O. Wow. All right. We're gonna stop before you ruin any more movies for me.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, let's not though. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, that was funny. That was too funny.
Fucking awful.
Anyway, Two Brothers also was one of the games that we talked about in the Black Oni chat on Facebook, where it's like you're playing as two brothers with the analog sticks and solving puzzles with that, which is pretty cool. Gran Turismo 6. Now, is it me or is it like I have to wonder why they even bothered putting that out on a PS3 when they knew Forza, being the beast that it is, was coming to Xbox One and people were going to want to play that.
It's probably
they're probably going to make Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, and they've also probably been developing it for 10 years now?
Yeah.
It takes them so long to release those games.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make it PS4, it probably wouldn't be coming out for another 6 years.
Yeah. Well, they could also.
Well, I
do
heard a
like
rumor that they have
upgrade.
one ready for 2014. I mean, they're in production for release on 2014. That's definitely not going to be the case because they delay games more than fucking anyone else in the industry. But
yeah.
Man, I'm glad Will's recording this because he just froze on my screen again.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Shit.
I also
Comcast.
Let's get on that Verizon, son.
I had Verizon Files for a little while, and that was still having a little bit of issues too. It would fluctuate between when it would just be fast and just not.
Verizon Files is the shit, though.
It depends where you are. It depends entirely where you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the shit in Randolph. Say that much.
Yeah, I've got Comcast and it's okay. It's okay except sporadically, 3 times a day, it just drops the internet entirely
Yeah.
What?
for
Well,
35
happened-
seconds, and then it comes back.
I think that happened to me with Files too. It might just be my computer or something because I've noticed that my computer's been a little bit slower than usual when it's starting up or when it's doing certain things, and that whole problem I was having with the games I was playing on the computer was just stuttering and shit. There's probably something wrong with my computer.
Hmm.
I don't know. Is there anything in this list of games that you guys are kind of yay, this is out, or you think
Sticking to the Man looked really cool when I watched a video for that.
Yeah.
It looked
Any
really
of-
interesting.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I need to talk a minute about Surgeon Simulator 2013. I hate that game so much. I did an entire series on it, and, I don't know if, are you guys familiar with that game at all? Have you seen, videos?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to give surgery with your hand looking like this? It is the most complicated game, and the first level you have to perform a heart surgery. Yeah, you're just oh, I need to grab the scalpel over here.
I watched that, actually. I watched you playing that shit. That was pretty great.
It's so difficult, and so many people got past the heart level, and I kept killing the guy because I kept dropping all the tools inside him, and then it would just get caught on his bones. And then I'm fuck, I'm sorry, I'm trying to grab it, but then again, my freaking ever try to grab a freaking drill like this? It doesn't happen. So I gave up. I was you know what? If you want to see this, I'll play it again. And then oh my gosh.
So
Then they decided it would be a brilliant idea to put it out in space. So not only do you have to grab it like this, but now it's floating around. So you kind of hit it, and then it'll go all the way across. Oh, okay, I'm done.
No, Racer, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining in on the chat. He asked if we can say his name real quick, so I am fulfilling his desire for us to say his name. So, Racer!
How you doing?
But yes, I was watching you. Jeez, wow. You wanted me to say that a bunch of times. Holy crap. It just now populated. It was say my name, say my name, say my name, say my name. I'm whoa, I didn't realize you said that the first
Hold
time.
on 1 second.
Yeah. But I did watch her play that game quite a bit, actually. There's a bunch of episodes, and they're all pretty funny. And you just see her trying desperately to if she drops something inside of them, you can see their blood count going down faster and faster and faster. And she's just trying to grab it, and she's just causing more damage, and you're just seeing her hand going around like this and just fucking everything up.
That
played
is
that-
hilarious.
It's
I played that
pretty
stupid
amazing.
amateur surgeon game on my iPad, the Adult Swim one, for a while, and that's equally as complicated. But
Yeah.
you're using a pizza cutter. and like a car battery.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I've seen that one. That one actually looked kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's free for a
Surgeon
while,
Simulator
too.
looks frustrating as fuck.
Yeah.
Snow Racer says we are awesome. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the kind words.
Where do you even see that?
I
Yeah.
don't see it either.
If you
Huh?
guys go to the Hangout toolbox and then you click on the little icon that looks like a chat thing,
I see
it'll
it.
show you the comments. It should show you the comments.
It says comment tractor, add sources. Do I just hit add?
Yeah, I get the tracker. I don't see anything.
Me either.
All right, I'll give you guys a link to put it in there. I guess you guys can't see it unless you. I don't know.
Probably because it's
I
on your
understand.
channel. Fuck it! So, yeah. Word.
Oh, that's great. I'll give you guys a link in a second. We'll move on to the next part of the podcast, which is the gaming news.
Oh yeah.
Xbox One is upon us. In our last podcast, we talked about the issues that people were having with the launch of the PS4, and so I would like to quickly and briefly just talk up. That's the same thing. Talk about the issues that people were having with their Xbox Ones. The frozen screens, the connector not working at all, the damaged discs or the disc rejection, and the frozen screen / the boot load up. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much saw this coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I feel like
think-
they just rush it.
I think both consoles were rushed. Like, there's a lot of issues with both.
Oh, well, now I'm full screen for everything. Sweet. Okay.
I honestly don't think that it was rushed for either console. I mean, like they've been developing this for such a long time that it's like they just didn't understand kind of how far this was going to really go. I think it was like a big.
I think for production was rushed though. Like they were making it for a long time, but they didn't even have prototypes until like August.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So which means that they made however many million within the last few weeks, and that's going to lead to issues no matter what.
I mean, they between August and September, because on my PS4 it says it was developed in August. Between August and November, I think that's when they started their production. So they had a couple of months of buffer, but it wasn't really that much time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's to be expected with any console launch. Really, there's going to be issues regardless, or any launch of any product, like the iPhone, for example. People were having all types of issues with every iPhone iteration that has come out. And
Yes. Yes, indeed.
yeah, I mean, we both used to work at the Apple Store, so we saw all types of shit.
Yes.
So if people are going up in arms and saying, "Oh, the console failure rate, blah blah blah," like we won't even have solid numbers for that until like next year. So everyone, calm down, slow your roll. But I will say that I'm kind of like when I heard the sound that the Xbox One makes when a game is being rejected from it, I kind of get scared a little bit.
You plan to get one?
An Xbox One?
Yeah.
If I get one for free, maybe, but I don't know if I'm trying to buy one anytime soon.
I wouldn't worry about it then. You have no fucking interest in the Xbox One.
I mean,
Yeah.
they had issues. It's so funny, like they have all the vents on the console now to make sure that it doesn't overheat anymore. And now it's like they had disk drive issues with their Xbox 360, and
Just
now they're
became
having.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, basically.
Xbox One is Cookie Monster.
Ah,
Put
gotcha.
it in.
Call of Duty Ghost?
It basically makes that sound though. I don't know. You guys have to hear that sound to really believe it. It's not good. No bueno. Let's see. So it was just confirmed that CD Projekt Red will be focusing development more on next gen, only on next gen actually, as
Awesome.
opposed to last gen.
Like,
Now, why is it
More
awesome?
people need to do that. More people need to do that. Like, I don't know. It's weird that we have this next gen of consoles and everything's still being developed for the last one too, which is good to some extent. But like, I don't know. Why did I buy this PlayStation 4?
Right.
If everything's still coming out.
That's fucking exactly why I don't have one. Because there's nothing.
Well, I mean, to contrast it with Nintendo, Nintendo does the opposite. Like with Nintendo, a new system comes out and it's just like nothing is produced for the old system anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that this is better, but it's still, I don't know. People need to start developing for the new ones.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm not getting a
There's awkward-
PS4 until where's my face? I'm not getting a PS4. I'm not getting a PS4 until Kingdom Hearts 3 is out. That's all
Oh,
I
I'm
gotta
so
say.
excited for that.
It is going to be awesome.
Did this say that was coming out in 2014 or 2015?
They didn't announce.
Yeah. It's
Like,
just soon.
2016 then. All right.
2016.
Well, they released videos, and then the whole team was just like, "You can't release those yet. We're not ready for that."
Shit.
So,
Wow.
so yeah. So it's a ways off.
Snow Racer, we are in Google Hangouts. We don't have we can't have you join in, but we do appreciate the comments that you're leaving. Those are always fun. He just asked if we can join in and talk. I think a lot of our subscribers would not be happy if we only did that for a few of the people right now.
I mean, we could have like a 100-person Google Hangout. That'd be fun.
Oh
would
my
be
god,
fun.
it'd be chaotic.
I'm pretty sure it would just culminate to.
And everybody would just be like wearing random stuff all the time. It would just be like,
or just not wearing anything at all.
it would just be like this all the time.
Where the hell did you pull that out from?
I just clicked randomize on effects, and that's what it gave me.
Oh my god.
Sweet.
They have a effects toolbar on the
shit.
left side that you can play around with. It's got all types of crazy crap in there. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys. I think they need to stop trying to develop all this shit for PS3 and 360 because, like, I don't think they've caught on to the idea that, like, if both of those consoles are going to keep selling, like, PS4 are, okay, really?
That's terrifying.
I'm just kidding. Hold on.
They're already PS4 already sold 2.4 million.
Yep.
It hasn't even been a full month yet, and it sold 2.4 million already. Tell me why you can't, for the life of you, figure out that you need to just spend all of your development time for the next gen, because by the time you're ready to release something anyway, it'll be fucking June or July.
I
Or August
understand
of
like
next year.
wanting to develop for like the widest audience possible, but at the same time, if you're developing for last gen and this gen, you're not using like the next gen's capabilities to their fullest because you're still trying to buffer it down for the last generation.
Right. Those are compromises that don't really need to exist. Like the last generation has gone on for 7 or 8 years. We have a lot of games to play already. Move on. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right now. They should definitely I really like that The Witcher 3 is just going to skip the PS3 and the 360 because if they can just kind of put all their attention on these next consoles, then they'll have a better product as a result of it.
Yeah.
Has there been any game that like really pushed the last gen consoles to their limits though?
Fucking The Last of Us, Uncharted 3, God of War. I mean,
Like to their like limit, like the fucking like this is the limit, push it to the limit, like that. Like has there like The Last of Us pushed like the game like the system like really that far?
I think so.
as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
I mean, when you think about like the computing power of like a PS3 or a 360, those are machines that are like 7 years old. Think of like a 7-year-old computer trying to like show that game.
Nope.
Not gonna happen.
Not
So
gonna
I
happen.
think that they've managed to do that very well.
Mm-hmm. And like the PS3 is running off of like 256 megabytes of RAM or 512. No, I think it's 512. That's half a gig of RAM. Like that blows my mind. Like the PS4 has 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Just to kind of put that in retrospect, you know. So I think there are certain 360 games that kind of push that too. Like Gears of War, for example, is a pretty hallmark title that shows off the graphical prowess of the 360, and like Halo 4. Trying to think of other games that are kind of pushing the limit to 360.
Push it to the limit.
It's like Dave looking over like, not really anything. Oh, Dave, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Fucking mute button.
That whole time you were mute, I was like,
Yeah.
Dave, why are you
Yeah,
being so
I'm
quiet?
talking the whole fucking time, and yeah, that was stupid.
Damn, son. Shit.
Still waking up.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Are you wearing the Pulse right now, Dave?
No, it's the things you can learn from video games. And there's like a
No.
list of like, oh, like those?
The headphones.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the T-shirt, man. This is
Nah,
how
I
late
can't-
I
I
Oh
can't
my
fucking
God.
see a T-shirt. Yeah.
am. Yeah, no, they're not the elite versions. They're the ones that came out before them, which still
okay.
don't work on the PS4.
All right. Sweet.
Damn shame.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the one good thing about having a wired controller is that, I mean, a wired headphones is that it does work with a PS4 controller really nicely, actually. But I really am aggravated for both you and Bauer, Jordan, because that's kind of bullshit. That it's not even. It's bullshit.
I'm sorry, but I gotta do it. Like these does not equal this, not by a long shot. No, but I mean those other ones work, but it's sucks, dude. They said this in the
Yeah.
patch, right? Like, is when we're supposed to be getting this.
Hey, does Nintendo have headphones? Wait a second.
Maybe.
No, because the Wii U headpad, the Wii U gamepad has like a headphone slot. So I was just like, oh shit, let me check right now. That was a.
I assume you
thought
can
out
just
loud.
plug in any headphones in there and it'll work, right?
Yeah, like any fucking system. Yeah, no shit, but.
Well, I'm just making sure
The
Nintendo likes to
fucking-
do that proprietary bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, but like fucking Sony's got headphones, so I want to know if Nintendo has headphones. Like, fuck it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The last part of our gaming news is both Forza and the recently announced Gran Turismo now have microtransactions, and this has been a debate for the ages for a lot of people to really get behind it. And people play devil's advocate and say blah 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 yada yada. What are your thoughts on microtransactions, especially for racing games?
I don't have thoughts on microtransactions. I feel like they work really well for MMOs because it just makes sense because of the grindy nature of an MMO. But coming from video games on the Super Nintendo, I feel like microtransactions shouldn't even be a part of a AAA or even indie titles like at all for consoles.
I think that they're great if you have like a free-to-play or something that's like a low cost to play. But when you're paying $60 for a game, you shouldn't have to pay more money to be able to actually like do everything the game can do. If it's something that's like saving you time, like you said, like grinding with an RPG, then it's one thing if it's like 99 cents. But other than that, it's just I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not like 99 cents though in RPGs anymore either. It's like fucking $9.99.
Yeah.
My youngest brother plays Dragon Nest, and he was like, "Yeah, I actually spent money on this, and then I realized that this game was an investment." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, it's like you buy the game and then you're like, oh, you just paid $60 for this game? Well, guess what? If you actually want to get everything out of it, it's going to be another like $35, $40.
Yeah.
And that's not cool.
I think one of the things, like you said before, it works really well when it's something that you can. If it's something that you can unlock just by spending time, and then the microtransaction exists to save you time on like unlocking that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not really that against that, but I do feel like microtransactions can cheapen the experience a little bit and make it feel like you're being nickel and dimed, even though you're just trying to play the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think more games are going to start incorporating microtransactions? Because halfway through the generation of last generation, we didn't see any games incorporating microtransactions. Then slowly you started seeing certain games like Dead Space 3 started doing it. And
I think it's a fad, but I think it's a fad that's still catching on. Like Pretty much every Japanese developer, like every Japanese game that comes out right now, has insane amounts of microtransactions with it.
Yeah, because they see like there's money in it, you know. But at the
Exactly.
same time, the Japanese game market is apparently doing like poorly too.
I know.
So that might be another reason. Because one example I think is CyberConnect has a game coming out for iOS and Android called Guilty Dragon that's supposed to release sometime next year, and they're the makers of Dot Hack, and it's a mobile game, so it's gonna have a shit ton of microtransactions, but at the same time they went bankrupt or they claimed bankruptcy like a few years back, so I can see how microtransactions work for them, but
Shit.
yeah, other developers are just like if you're doing shit and you don't need the money, like don't ask for it because you just make me think you're a bunch of bullshitters.
Or if you're gonna like make me pay 99 cents every time I want something extra in the game, don't charge me $60 for it. Like
Yeah.
charge me $30 for it, and know that you'll get those other $30 eventually by making me buy more stuff.
Yeah.
Or make
I like
it free to play to begin with, and then
Yeah.
charge for the extra stuff along the way.
I'm much
Right.
more likely to spend money on microtransactions when it's free to play or like 99 cents to play to start.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I like Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter's DLC is all free. But Shin Megami Tensei, they released when the game came out, Shin Megami Tensei 4, they released demons for it, but you had to pay like $1.99 to get them. And that's not so bad, but at the same time, I'm just like I couldn't fucking just combine my strongest demons and get fucking Judgment. Like why not? Like I wanted to do that. So it's interesting.
It's like a slippery slope. Like we're okay with the 99-cent transactions, but those very quickly lead to what GTA is talking about with like the $200 car.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Fuck that.
Like that's absurd.
Fuck.
Well, they're also saying that you can grind through the game. It will take a shit ton of time to get there. It's just one of those things that if you want it, don't want to waste the time, just give us extra money for it.
But here's the other thing too: if you're paying for that like $200 car, why did you buy the game? Because you apparently don't want to play enough to actually get it.
True.
Yeah.
Hashtag true.
Also good point. Yeah. I wouldn't pay to begin with, though. It's fucking ridiculous. There's no way. There's no way.
I kind of have like I have a thing against not downloadable content like season passes, for example, like Call of Duty season pass and like Battlefield season pass, and even like the what's the one I'm thinking of?
Borderlands
BioShock
2.
Infinite season pass. Borderlands 2, from what I understand, the season pass was well justified for a lot of people, but like
Yeah, it was worth it. I got
especially
it.
for the people for Battlefield right now, like a lot of people spent an additional $50 or $60 for premium, and the game doesn't even fucking work.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is essentially a giant microtransaction that doesn't even fucking do anything.
Yeah. And they've just announced that they're not even like going to be working on any new content until it's fixed. So.
That's the thing.
Which I understand. I mean,
know,
fix
Dan,
the
you don't
game
like
for sure, but
Hey, yo, Shane, is your mic messing up on you?
I'm fine. I'm listening. That's all.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just making sure that it wasn't like cutting out or anything.
No, I'm
Or
fine.
that you muted it like
Sitting
me.
there.
No, I really don't like
Trying to
spending.
talk and nothing's happening.
I really don't like spending extra money on a game unless I really find it worth it. I mean, if it's like $1 or $2, then kind of whatever. But if I'm gonna spend like an extra $50 or $60, I better be getting something back in return that was worth that extra $50 or $60. So.
yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, the BioShock Infinite gameplay was really short. I watched the video on it. It's like legit a walk.
I still haven't played it, but like I downloaded it because I bought the season pass back when the game first came out, so I got it for free now, and I still haven't played it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
think
mean
the
you got to
good deal,
include it in your price of your season pass.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
not that I got it for free, but like the game came out and I was like, oh, this game is awesome. I'm gonna get the season pass because they said the content is coming soon, not realizing that soon meant a year later.
Yeah. What the fuck is that all about?
I don't know.
I think that's fine. Wait a year. Like a year later. What's wrong with a year later? That's
Well, I
that's
mean,
okay.
it's just like I get the season pass because they say the content's coming soon, and then 6 months go by and there's still no content.
Okay, pause for a second. Everyone needs to play Steam World Dig because apparently it's on Steam, and I played it when it was on 3DS. It's a good fucking game. It's
What is it called?
Steam World Dig.
Dig.
Yeah, it's $7.99 on Steam right now. 20% off. Everybody needs to play that game. There, I said it.
All right, that's fair. I will download that game. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Is it multiplayer too, or is it?
No, it's
single
one player. Single player.
Oh, sad face.
Yeah. If you want to play the multiplayer
together,
game,
it would have been
then
magical.
let's try and play Starbound together because I want to play that.
Starbound. You was telling me about Starbound, but I still didn't look it up. Starbound. Wait, is this the game that's like set in space and you're?
Yeah, it's Terraria in
that's not it
space.
at all.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Terraria. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You just did like a T-Pain for me.
Yeah, that was weird.
Crazy. Thank you, but I'm not in love with a stripper. There it is again.
There it is again.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I have the YouTube thing, but get rid of that. Hold on.
Please.
Maybe that's fucking everything up.
Might be.
All right. Is it still doing that to you guys?
It's better now a little
Better.
bit.
Yeah.
There.
Also, if you want to change video lag, apparently the audio is automatically set to audio HD. Auto HD. You can like set it to medium, and it should help video problems. I just learned that like 30 minutes ago and didn't tell anyone. So whatever.
Well, there's a setting here that says enable auto load. I don't know what that means, but I'll turn
That's just for the Hangout toolbox. That's just so when you open up your Hangout, the toolbox comes up.
All right, I'm just gonna turn that off then. Whatever the fuck. Where's this option for fucking?
The audio?
Yeah.
It's like just scroll over the video, and it's the
The gear thing.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's the one next to the gear thing that isn't
Oh,
on
gotcha.
the phone. Yeah. And just go to like the setting below it.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah.
I'll put it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's limiting the video quality, not the audio quality.
Really?
I look like crap now. Yeah. Fuck that.
I thought that was the video. I thought that was the audio. Oh, it says auto.
It's auto HD, not audio HD.
Whatever. I don't care. It's helping me out, so fuck you guys. I don't want to be in HD. Cause like your video is still fucked up to me. Well. Sound like I was just talking to everybody. So, yeah. So I just put it on fucking medium.
That's so funny. I think this isn't on the agenda, but I would like to talk about this for a second. I see your comment down there, Snow. We'll talk about Far Cry a little bit, but Capcom has announced that they're taking the profits from Monster Hunter on the 3DS because you know that game is just insanely popular. They're taking the profits and putting that towards their mobile Capcom is putting that towards their mobile development crew, which means smartphones and tablets style of games. They're looking to increase their the ability to produce games in those markets. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, Capcom made like a really cool game for the mobile app like a long time ago. It was like, I don't know, you were like somebody that goes to like different worlds in space, and I played the demo and I really liked it. So I'm okay with Capcom doing that as long as they don't come out with like another Mega Man reboot on the mobile phone, because it plays like shit.
Yeah.
You know? There's no real, like, okay, look, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is now on my phone. Like, I can get that for $4.99.
Oh, interesting.
But it would never be what Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is on the PS2 or an arcade machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's completely
you
unnecessary.
can't attach a controller to it, though.
But then why are you playing on your phone?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not portable if you're attaching a controller to it.
Yeah. I'm okay
I mean,
with,
like, if you
with
want to...
new IPs on the phone, but, like, Devil May Cry 4 Refrain. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with new IPs on the phone, that's fine. But like, we don't need like the old ones. Like, there's Monster Hunter on this now. There's but Phoenix Wright Ace Academy, the trilogy is on the phone, and I feel like that could be a good cell phone game. That's fine because it's
Okay.
mostly point and click. I can agree with that. Yeah. But what the fuck is Monster Hunter? I'm gonna open this because I might buy this now.
Facepalm.
No, it's called Monster Hunter Dynamic, and it doesn't look like you're actually moving around. It looks like you're just like tapping buttons. So it's not going to be the same.
Staring at the monsters.
That
Like
sounds like fun.
Like Infinity Blade, but with Monster Hunter.
Oh.
So that's a no, because that's $4.99. Straight up,
Yeah, that's
$5 whole dollars.
That's the thing about mobile games is like
Oh, Planet Work, that's what it's called. This is a fun game. Yeah.
they're the big moneymaker now, but most things are just either tie-ins to other games or things that just don't work well on a mobile phone. Like some things are great on my phone. Don't get me wrong. Things that are just like you said, like point and click, or just like make a hand gesture. But anything that has like a virtual joystick is terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
Like Ghosts and Goblins is on the phone now, and that game is hard as shit.
Yeah.
I would never play this. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, like, I agree with you guys with the point about, like, why would you want to connect the controller to your phone if that takes the point out of it being portable? But maybe, you know, you just want to go to your friend's house and you want to bring your game with you and you don't want to actually...
So it's
Fucking-
like you have a really crappy 3DS?
Yeah, like,
Yes.
seriously.
Because that's the other thing is
'Cause
anything
I'll-
developed for the phone has to be developed for like every smartphone, including ones that are now 5 years old. So it's
Right.
gonna look and play like crap.
I totally agree with you. There's a lot of people out there who like gaming on the go but don't want to buy a dedicated gaming device, and that's
bullshit. That's what that is. Because you pay like $200 for a 3DS, $500 for a cell phone. Fuck you, get a 3DS. Like, seriously.
well.
Which I am in the process of getting.
Thank you, Shay.
Well, when you look at the spec sheet,
Your cell phone doesn't play
you can see,
Pokemon.
you'll see. All right, actually, if you run a mod on there, a ROM, you can.
That's mad work. Why are you gonna jailbreak a good phone?
It's mad work.
So much work.
I mean,
But like,
like I said, there are games that
the
work
phones
well.
have like 2 gigs of RAM in them, and like the 3DS has like what, maybe 1?
No? What are the specs on a 3DS?
I don't remember what the specs are on a 3DS, so I'm asking.
I'm not that hardware guy. I just play the games on it. Hardware is boring.
3DS spec. 3DS XL spec sheet. Some people will just look at the raw numbers and be like, oh, this has more numbers than that thing, so I'm going to get this. And like they know they can make phone calls, they can browse the internet and go on Facebook and like text message people on their phone. So like they can use that as like their go-to thing for everything as opposed to only for one type of thing. So
I'm gonna send you guys the specs on the 3DS versus the Vita versus an iPhone 5.
The 3DS has 4 megabytes of RAM, apparently.
4 megabytes of RAM? What?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
It's dope for 4 megabytes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What? Hold the fucking
The 3DS
phone.
has it's 128 megabytes of RAM.
All right, that
Thank you.
literally 4 megabytes of RAM. Nothing can run on that.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah,
nothing.
buddy.
Let's
I
see.
just looked it up. And there's like Kotaku was like, oh, it does this.
The Vita's better. I'm already looking at this, so just looking
I mean-
at the Vita's better.
The Vita is better. The Vita is definitely like a more powerful machine, but like in terms of gameplay, I think the
Yeah.
3DS has more games for it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the
But-
iPhone
Yeah.
sucks.
But once again, like your iPhone may have better technical specs,
Well,
but any games
It's
developed
got the
for
RAM.
it. Yeah, but any games
It's
developed
so
for it are
bullshit.
developed for like the iPhone 3.
Yeah.
So it's not going to use your phone's capabilities. Or if it's on Android, it's developed for like the first Android platform because that still has to be able to run it.
That's true. I mean, they do it to an extent though. Like they'll say like this certain device isn't compatible with this game, so like they'll go to like the lowest common denominator within reason.
Yeah.
That's
Not
neat. though.
controlling
I
the
never
RAM.
saw that. Like, there's a little bit more processing power on like a Vita, but a little bit more memory on an iPhone.
Yeah, more RAM.
Vita
It's
still
amazing
can't play
what people are able to
Pokemon.
do with just a little bit of RAM, though. Like I'm blown away at the idea of what they'll be able to bring to the table with next gen, and I'm really just interested in kind of what innovations they'll bring with that added benefit of having all that RAM, because like
Well, like if you
RAM
think
is one of the more important.
like if they're
Go ahead.
fucking swapping out RAM on a handheld system, like if they're giving more or like an equal amount for a handheld system to like that a console would have, people would just stop buying consoles altogether and just go for handheld systems.
I don't know if that's entirely true, but I think it would definitely, move things around a bit.
I think they would.
I don't
Because
game anywhere else. though.
fucking Assassin's Creed 3 came out on the Vita too, and I was like, why the fuck does this exist? You know? But if it plays the exact same way, then fuck it.
I don't know. Assassin's Creed on the Vita was not very great. Everybody said it was good, but it was not spectacular.
I'm not a fan of the series to begin with, so I don't even give a fuck. But but what I'm saying is like, it was there, And if
Well-
it plays the same way, then that's something. But if it doesn't, then if it was bad, then hey.
It wasn't bad. It was good. It just wasn't. I don't know. It was trying to be a console game exactly. So everything that wasn't the same as a console just stood out blatantly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I hear you. I told you guys in the Facebook chat kind of what my prediction is for the next kind of big run of gaming, because like we're seeing a lot of PCs starting to convert into tablets, like they're doing tablet PCs.
Yes.
And so I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that on the
Well,
console front.
We've also got a lot more tablets that like are full PCs. Like we've got a bunch of
that's what I mean.
Microsoft tablets that don't have Windows RT, that have like Windows 8, so they are actually not very good PCs, but PCs.
Right. I think the next big thing is console makers are going to start doing that, because at least for like Nintendo and Sony, for example, like they both have mobile systems, and they both do see value in being in the mobile market. Nintendo more so than Sony, of course. But I think that the
Final
next
Fantasy 8?
What?
I think
No,
the
I
next
just saw
big
Final Fantasy
push is
8
going
on
to be.
Steam.
I think the next big push is going to be having like tablets that connect to a TV, and like they're just mobile consoles that are just like these big things. Like they don't have to worry about packing too much small stuff in it because it's a tablet. So
Tablets
it'll be a
already
tablet.
connect to TVs, though.
Huh?
Tablets are already connected to TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I know.
I think what Will's saying is like as our technology gets smaller and smaller, like a PlayStation 4 already, the actual stuff inside of it's fairly tiny. Like eventually we'll just have the tablet because things will be that size anyways, and it'll be the same cost.
Right.
Hmm.
That's basically what I'm saying. I think that'll be the case when it comes to consoles. You'll be able to take them on the go or connect them to the TV, and you'll have just as good of an experience either way. Because it's kind of inevitable. Because like the big thing is like services are now becoming a big part of the consoles and what makes them unique from PCs. So services and exclusives and like a unified experience are the things that I think differentiate between consoles and PCs.
I was trying to think about that though. Last night actually, like I've had like the Nintendo gamepad already. The Wii U gamepad is like this big. It's like, now what if this is your console? And like, would it be like a little bit bigger? How comfortable would that be? How big is the screen and shit like that? And it was just fucking with my head.
I think the screen is the only thing that makes that difficult, because like if you're going to put the whole console inside a tablet, the only thing that's going to be really expensive is going to be that screen, because it's going to need to be high resolution.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that also means if I'm carrying my console around with me all the time, it's just going to be like my iPhone, where I'm going to have to like stick it in a case so that I don't drop it and break the screen.
Yeah.
And that's problematic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because I don't know. That is out on Steam too. That's interesting.
I had an interview with the producer of that game. That interview will be going up sometime between after Christmas and New Year's.
Cool.
It's pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, we're moving on to our hot topics in the podcast. First, I want to ask you guys if there were any guest topics you'd like to contribute. Waiting on Division. Nice, Soil.
It's like a lot of them are there.
Dude, I can't wait for that game. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I really want that to come out, but no, I won't talk about that today. That's next fall or December.
Oh well, why are you excited for the division?
Why? The trailer said it all. I mean,
You say that like it's so blatantly obvious.
I mean, because like when just looking at this game, like that was the only next gen game I saw that I was blown away by, besides Titanfall. Like that was another one. But just everything, just in the presentation that it was, looking at your digital readout on your map, exploring this torn down like New York City, where the society's crumbling around you, and for once it's not zombies. It's not zombies. Thank you. But playing with
we don't know that.
No, it's not. It's not. It's actually oh shit. If you look at the story and what the game's actually about too, it's really intriguing, and being a Tom Clancy game as well, which I'm a big fan of. And even when you're hearing dialogue go on in the background, thinking, well, that's actually other people talking to me right now. And then having like the little tablet guy come in too. There were just so many things about that just screamed next gen, and it was gorgeous too. But I can't wait for that. That's next year, man.
Well, if it doesn't get delayed, I mean, fuck.
They also just announced the date on Destiny, like a definite date.
Really?
Yeah, it's September, I think, the 9th. Which made me kind of sad, because they were saying June before, and now it's September, but whatever.
We have to push it back. Want to make sure the game's good.
Yeah.
Destiny was another one of those games that I think was really high on my list, even though like these are all shooters we're talking about. I think both of them kind of take on something that was really popular, like MMOs, like Guild Wars, for example. They take that idea of having a progressive world where you can be going through an environment and then meet up with other players without ever entering a menu. That is just a dynamic system that kind of exists within its own. Whereas you can choose to go into a multiplayer deathmatch despite going over to an environment while you're with your own squad, and like you don't have to worry about like if you're in the same party or not because you're already playing a co-op adventure together. So like, I think that is brilliant, and that's one of the really cool things I think about the next gen is like they're able to implement network infrastructure a lot differently than they were able to in the past.
I think also like the little hints we've gotten in multiplayer in Dragon Age 3 are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't confirmed
talk about that a little bit. I'm not too familiar.
They haven't confirmed anything, but there's been hints that like the Dragon Age 3, you're essentially like building an army. So there have been hints that there's going to be multiplayer where you're like each controlling parts of this army, which is really cool.
That's really cool.
But once again, that's unconfirmed, so I don't know how accurate that is.
Could just be bullshit.
It could just be, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, in the interviews, anytime they ask the developers about multiplayer, they just kind of like blush and go, "Well, we can't talk about that yet."
Yeah. Yeah.
For a second, it looked like you were eating.
You're
a piece of paper.
that. Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Gum.
Why not?
I was wondering if we turned into a TLC special.
What?
Like the TLC show with the woman who just like eats toilet paper.
Oh.
What?
Okay, yeah, people with that disease. Yeah, okay, I got it. I was like, no, not following this one. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Deep Space Nine.
Here's the other thing about the Division that I think is really interesting is kind of like the story and like how there was a virus that gets transmitted through money, and through that money. What did you say?
It's human greed. That makes sense.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. So I'm really excited to see how that story. I mean, they're probably not even going to delve deep into the story like they really should, because that's an opportunity to really like delve into some really deep philosophical, themes within the game. But I don't know, like Tom Clancy games haven't really been that well known for doing stuff like that, except maybe Splinter Cell.
Nah, not even the latest one, really. I mean, the latest one was still, the story was just kind of over the top and ridiculous, while being a lot of fun and kind of authentic in their own way, but not really. How do you say it?
Yo, didn't that dude die?
Yeah, he did. He died this year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Just check.
Ironside?
Is that a leg?
Yes, it is.
Why do you have to be mad?
I was really concerned for a second. I'm just like, what the hell?
I'm just doing yoga. It's all good.
If you can turn your leg that way, I'm quite impressed.
It's actually someone else's leg, you got some lady friend over.
I'm kind of mad you said you're doing yoga. This got me.
Dude, by the way, I did Bikram yoga once in my life. Probably not going to do it again.
I do yoga all the time.
I mean, like, I was fine doing all the poses. That was fine. That wasn't the problem. It was just fucking hot, and I was so hungry afterwards.
Yeah, I would not do that.
I was going to kill someone. I thought I was literally going to kill someone.
That's the opposite of what yoga is supposed to do.
I know! I had so much hunger thrown in that I was willing to just, like, end it all. Like,
This
someone's
just
going to die
in.
today.
Yoga sends black man on a murderous rampage.
Because, like, you're not supposed to eat for, like, a good solid 3 hours or 2 hours before you go into the Bikram yoga. And, like, every 2 hours, I
Which
get starving.
I guess makes sense because it's so hot that you'll just vomit. But
Yeah. Not about that life right now.
That's mad funny. Oh my god.
Do you guys think the Steam Machine poses a real threat to the big three?
No, because I talked to a guy that's pretty much heavily PC gaming, and I asked him if he was going to get the Steam Machine, and he was like, nah, fuck it.
they'll just laugh at you, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can still, or even do a better job at just upgrading his PCs and getting like a fucking box, you know, that you might not even be able to like fucking swap out parts for. So fuck it, no.
I think the Steam Machine's interesting because it's bringing us like one step closer to that. Like, it doesn't matter what you're playing on because everything's the same generation, which we're already very close to already. I don't think it's going to really pose a threat because I think it's targeting PC gamers. Like, it's not targeting the same people.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what confuses me about it. If it's targeting PC gamers, what incentive does a PC gamer have to buy it if they already have the PC?
It's cheaper than a gaming PC.
True. Yeah.
But they already have a PC.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but they need a new one every few years.
Yeah,
Also
you have
true.
to swap. You have to swap parts.
Yeah,
At least.
I mean, once my computer doesn't work anymore, I might look into getting it, but then again, I might just get another PC, something I already know how to use, something I'm comfortable with. The Steam Machine is always a possibility, but it's kind of like I'm not going to go out and really look into it too much.
Those controllers look fucked up.
They do.
Fucking weird.
Like, what are you doing?
Apparently, they're
Stupid
really
shit.
comfortable, but it looks dumb as fuck. It looks awful. I don't know. Some people have said that they really do like the way it looks, but I have a really hard time.
I think it's a really cool idea. I think gaming PCs right now, like, that's the one thing that keeps a lot of people out of PC gaming is that it's really expensive, like, to keep up with it because you have to always have the newest in technology. And I think if you make it much more affordable and you make it so it can hook up to a TV, I think it's a really good idea. I just don't think it's actually going to pose a competition.
Okay, I can get behind that. I mean, I'm still I'm intrigued by it, and I like the idea of it, especially because like my
more people are buying Wii U's. Sorry.
well, actually, that's in our discussion pretty soon, so I'm excited that you're getting ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of in the mind frame where it's like I'm not really sure. It could really potentially pose a threat if like they start offering a lot of exclusive content that's like Valve stuff. So like anyone who's been playing on PC or even the consoles has a huge affliction towards Valve games. So like Portal and Half-Life. If they ended up releasing Half-Life 3 exclusively on the Steam Machine first,
That'd be gay. Don't do that. No, please. Like, I'll say that in advance. Please don't do that.
people
I
would
mean, it
really
makes a
buy
lot
the
of
system
sense.
to do that though.
That'd be fucked up.
It
It
would
makes
be.
a lot of sense. I mean, you're not going to expect Sony to release, like, their own content on someone else's system.
That's
So.
true, but oh man, I'd have to get one.
And that's where my dilemma is too. It's like if they end up doing something like that, or like if they start only having it exclusive to PC and Valve, like fucking, I don't think that will ever happen. But the thought is in my mind, like if that does happen, like what will happen? What's gonna go down?
I mean, I'm intrigued by the Steam Machine too, because one of the other things with PC gaming is like computers have such different specs, and the Steam box is being developed by so many different people that like, how are these going to be comparable?
Right.
Like, are
It's
they
a
going to
whole-
have the same experience? Are they going to have the same memory? Are they going to have the same graphics processor? I don't think they are,
Mm-mm.
and that's weird.
That takes the point out of it being a console because a console has a unified structure, whereas
Exactly.
developers know what the structure is going to be. They know what the experience people are going to have based on that, and they can cater the design decisions based on that. And that's one of the reasons why I really prefer console gaming over PC gaming. Is that like the developers have a better sense of what direction they want to go in when they know the parameters that already exist.
And that's also why we see, like we were saying, the like the PlayStation 3, we still see games on what's essentially like a 7-year-old computer doing things that we could never imagine a computer doing because there's that unified experience. Developers can develop exactly to certain specs. And that's the problem with the Steam box that I'm seeing right now, is that it's not going to be the same specs.
But that does also kind of. I'm wondering how the OS is going to handle all that, because the big thing I think to take away from the Steam box is the operating system, and like if they can create a console experience using the operating system, like
Yeah.
people will probably like this could potentially kill off PC gaming. I mean, in terms of like Windows, I should say.
I wouldn't count on it.
No,
Nah, I wouldn't
I
count
wouldn't
on it.
either. I wouldn't
No.
either.
I'm not the Steam box itself. I mean the OS, because the OS will be available for computers as well.
Yeah, but that's kind of like that's like Linux when Linux came out, and it was like Linux
Yeah.
is going to take over, and it's like no, it's not.
It's never going to be Windows. It just
Yeah.
can't. As much as I wanted to, it won't.
Yeah.
And that would also be like me saying, okay, I'm going to turn my computer into just a gaming machine, so I guess I'm not going to have Office on it anymore, and I'm not going to be able to do work.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's, I don't know.
Well, maybe I'm wording it wrong. Maybe what I'm thinking is people will still have Windows, but they won't use it for gaming anymore. They'll
Maybe.
use the Steam operating system for gaming, because from what I understand, like Windows, when it comes to developers, they have like a certain wall of buffering that they can't go beyond, and like they have to code past, or they have to code around a certain infrastructure that Windows 8 has. Whereas the proposition for SteamOS is that it's just a raw format, so that you can just work directly from within the resources of the computer without working around anything. So like, I can't remember what the woman's name, but she used to work at Bungie, and now she's working for Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she was talking about. She was like the lead designer, the lead programmer at Bungie for a long time. And she moved from them to Naughty Dog and said that she really loves the fact that like she has a lot more wiggle room to code directly to the system resources instead of whatever the fuck. Lead programmer, Naughty Dog. I want to name drop. I forget her name.
I forget her name too. I remember I read that recently. I mean, I think it would come
Corinne
down to.
Corinne Yu. She was working at
Yeah.
343 Studios, and she left there. Now she's working at Naughty Dog. And so she says, loving PS4 graphics coding and happy to be done with Windows 8. So she is literally a legendary figure in the gaming industry when it comes to programming. She's done some of the best stuff in the industry, and this is kind of a strong statement that I caught on to a little while ago, that even she's not really a fan of the way Windows 8 has you working around system resources. Oh, and this is the deleted tweet at that, so oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So, that's a thing too. I mean, I don't know. I think there's potential for the Steam OS to take over and kind of like make that a preferred way of gaming, because like most people who play on PC now anyway use Steam.
But would it be like fucking you partition your hard drive?
That's the
then-
problem I'm seeing.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
you
point.
just switch over, and it's like, this is my gaming OS now, like because it's like a fucking. It sounds like, the more I hear about gaming now, it sounds like a lot more like the dot hack games, where like you log in and the home screen is your fucking operating system, and then built into your operating system is the game that you're going to play. So like that's what like SteamOS is basically turning into Ultimate. So it's weirding me out, to be honest. And I think it's weird because like the dot hack games are essentially supposed to be taking place like right now.
Yeah.
And they came out in like 2008.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon, they'll just be interfacing with our brain, and we'll get
Yep.
Sword Art Online, where we all get trapped in there and can't leave.
Yep, people get
Or
into
Dot Hack,
comas.
either one, same thing.
Yep.
Sword Art,
The
Sword
internet
Art Online.
crashes.
Sword
gonna
Art
have- we're gonna
Online
have
is so good for the first half of that anime, and then it's so
I heard
good.
the rest just gets bad.
We're gonna have to fucking find Will's consciousness and beat all the waves.
There's
Playing
gonna be a
Sword
lot of
Art too
Morgan
much.
Edgelands in there. I'll tell you that as a disclaimer.
No, your consciousness is just like trapped in a game character, and you
Yeah.
have to like sort it out.
Figure that shit out.
It's fun. Anyway, yeah.
Yes.
So fuck it. I don't think it's gonna take over shit. But the people it will affect will take it very seriously, like Linux fans.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, that's legit. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Linux, so I can't speak from experience as to like if it really adds any value. But
Linux is okay. It's like annoying to look at though. Like after growing up with Windows and going to Linux, it's just like, what the fuck is this?
like Windows 8.
Yeah, exactly.
No, no.
Well, I mean,
it's-
with Linux, it's more simplified. It just looks different. I mean, from what
Yeah.
I understand, it's a lot easier to use for people that are fans of it. But I personally hate Windows, especially the new version. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Windows 8.
No.
Yeah, me either.
The Xbox One interface still has me bothered.
I heard they were changing, like, I think it was Windows 8 to look like the Xbox One interface now. Either that or vice versa. And I'm not a fan of either one.
We're doomed. All right. Next topic. Does 1080p in 60 frames per second really make a real intangible difference when it comes to gaming?
For me personally, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I don't really pay attention to that, so.
I think it really depends. Like, if I play on like the bigger TV downstairs with the PS3, I can definitely tell the difference between that and a PS4. But when I play on that on the 40-inch TV, like it's negligible. It all depends on what you're playing on.
Mm.
And you guys went really quiet when I started talking. It freaked me out.
No, I was listening.
I notice every time.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes can just pick up on it, and I think 1080p does make a difference, but that's just me.
All right. Well, there we go then.
No, I'll go. I have my own opinions. I'm just trying to like hold back so that you guys can get a chance to really talk about it. But I guess I'm going next.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, being a really heavily visual person, I'm a designer and illustrator, and I think Dan can kind of mimic that idea because he's also an artist as well. I think, for me at least, having a higher resolution and frame rate makes an actual difference in the way that you're seeing things. So it does depend on what you're playing. So put it, for example, if you're playing Battlefield or Call of Duty on 1080p versus 720p or standard definition, for example, like technically you are still playing the same game, but you're experiencing it in a different way. And so you are seeing things in one version over another that you wouldn't have seen before unless you were really looking for it. So I've noticed when playing Battlefield, I can more easily and quickly see when someone's moving in a distance because there's a lot more clarity in the pixel density, so you see more detail, you can see more things happening on screen. That allows me to zero in on my target and see more of the environment and more of what it is I'm looking at. So those extra pixels mean I can see more of the stuff, which means I'm not going to get blindsided by someone who's literally right in front of me.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Whereas whereas the 60 frames per second, as long as it's consistent, I think that kind of helps with reaction time. I mean, granted, if everyone's playing at 60 frames per second, it kind of like evens the playing field anyway. So like, if everyone's playing on 30 frames per second versus 60 frames per second, like, it really technically shouldn't matter in regards to that because you're all on an equal playing field with that. But when it comes to like single player experiences, for example, like you'll notice certain games will be smoother. It'll feel more responsive, and when you press the button, like it'll go and there's no delay in the response. So I think it does really make a difference in the games that you're playing. Some people might not be able to see the difference really, but it's there and it really makes a difference, especially with that example I gave you with like the whole like zeroing in on targets from a distance or stuff like that.
I don't know. I just I started playing in 1080, but it's on 1080i, so I don't really know what the fuck the difference is with that.
There's a slight bump. That's what I had on my other TV. 1080i to 1080p. Yeah, there's a little bump there.
Yeah, I don't know what bump means though.
Well, there's
Well, there's a technical difference between the two, but I don't
Yeah.
want to go into that.
Yeah,
well, there's interlace and progressive.
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are you gonna break it down? Go ahead, Will.
I mean, no, I'm not an expert, but I did used to work at Best Buy and sell TVs. But interlace essentially for each frame, it gives you a certain like refresh rate for each frame. So you'll get interlaced images. So the images, instead of being one progressive actual full image, it's interlaced in between each other. So if you took a picture of the screen, you would see that there's individual lines separating bits of the screen when you have it interlaced as opposed to progressive, whereas progressive gives you a constant and smoother frame rate. So that really comes down to the way your eye is processing it and the frame rates, but most people can't really see the difference between that in terms of like raw, but when it comes to like the frames per second, you'll see that the frames will be smoother on progressive versus interlaced. So
Yeah, I mean, I have like a fucking problem keeping up with my character in 4-player Smash Bros. So like shit does not matter to me.
Yeah, 4-player Smash Bros. I have a problem keeping up with anything going on, not just my character.
It's nuts. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, people at home, I wouldn't say, don't get this thing because it doesn't have 60 frames, 1080p, blah, 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 but it does make a tangible difference if a game is running on one resolution or another. I mean, you don't really know for sure until like you see there's two different versions of it, but you will be able to see more clarity in your image, and you'll be able to perform better as a result, in theory, if you're able to see more.
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah. All right, so next topic. How soon do you think it'll be before the average consumer can just walk into a store and buy a next-gen console outright?
So, I got a text last night from one of my friends. She's like, my brother just told me he really wants the family to get him a PS4. I found a system. It's like $999 for a PS4, Killzone, and a Vita. Should I get it? And I was just like, no, you shouldn't get it.
Oh dear Lord!
Like, they're still available at like Target. Every time I go into Target, there's like a 1 in 4 chance there's going to be a PS4 or an Xbox One there. They're not steadily available, but they're not as unavailable as the media would make you think.
Well, Dan, you can speak from experience because you work in a...
Yeah, I work at GameStop. I don't know. People call like when the release was happening, people were calling like every day to see if there was a PS4, Xbox One in stock, and we were just like, no. So I think at like specialty stores like ours, they wouldn't be as available as they would be at like a Target or a Walmart or a Kmart even.
Really?
Yeah, because like we also only had like the bundle for a limited time too. So specialty stores, and the reason for that is because with a specialty store, people know to go to that store, so there's always someone there to buy it.
Exactly.
Or have it reserved. Yeah.
It was the same thing with the new iPhone at Target. They had it when no one else did because nobody thinks of going to Target to get their iPhone.
Yeah. So that's it. That's really it for my opinion. But I still wouldn't get it unless like you really need to see Call of Duty or Battlefield on a PS4. Like, there's no. just don't fucking do it. Like, I'm not a fan of FPS games. You guys all know that. I'm really more in like the action adventure kind of genre, and so there's nothing on the PS4 like fucking Knack. I'm not gonna fucking spend money on that. I'm not gonna spend real money on Knack. I'm gonna wait for that to be like free on PSN.
It will be. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't get it until like March, or even 2016 when we have like a steady variety of games for it. Because you're not gonna lose anything, and they're probably gonna come out with like the fucking 250 gig PS4 by then, so you can get it for like half price. Like, it just doesn't matter.
I don't know if they will, because games are gigantic on PS4. Like,
Yeah.
every game requires 40 gigs just to play.
That's fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah, they're pretty massive.
Whatever though.
Armada. Yeah, I mean, I have upgraded my hard drive to a 1 terabyte, so I should be good on that front for a long time.
How did you upgrade it?
I just took that shit out and put a new one in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like there's a video of me doing it on YouTube.
No. No. I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not an unboxing fan. I don't watch shit like that.
Well, at the end of it, I mean, you've already heard the rant before, but I talked about like how my first PS4 was just not working properly, and I had to like send it in to Amazon, and Amazon fucked up part of my order. They try to process it as a refund instead of a replacement, and then like I talked to 4 people on chat, and they all told me like, oh, it just says that on there, but it's going to be a replacement. Don't worry about it. We have you. We'll take care of you. Like I had 3 people say that to me, and then like I got an email saying your refund has been replaced, and here's your money back. I'm like, really, really? I just explained to 3 people that I'm trying to get a replacement and not a refund. You just gave me my money back. Where's my fucking PS4? So I was really pissed off about that
Why'd you go to Amazon instead of Sony?
because I thought they would do it faster.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize, like, after I had already sent it to Amazon, then I saw an article saying that Sony has been expediting their shipping process and their return process, so like people were receiving it within the same week. And I was just like, oh my god, like I just did this thing with fucking Amazon, and now I'm not going to get it for like. So it was almost full 2 weeks that I didn't have my PS4.
So my PS4's been doing something weird that nobody else has talked about. If I leave it on, like playing Netflix when I go to sleep, rather than going into standby mode like it's supposed to, I wake up and there's just a flashing white light, and nothing's responsive until I unplug it and plug it back in.
What?
And then it hates me.
Weird.
So I don't know if there's an issue with like with it going to sleep after that certain amount of time, but it's done it like 3 times, so I no longer go to sleep with that on.
Go to the settings and make sure that the sleep isn't on for video stream, because that's probably what it is. But
Well, no,
I
it
don't know why
is
the
on.
light would
Like
be
it's
flashing.
supposed to be going to sleep, but then it starts flashing, and it doesn't go into standby. It just doesn't know what to do.
That sounds like a software bug, but I'm hoping it's nothing more than that. Because like when you play stuff, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Why did you leave me on, master?
But yeah,
Oh,
not a
that's
big deal.
interesting.
Just weird.
That's weird. Fuck that. Okay. This
Oh,
is
it
the part.
says the LED light indicates that your PS4 is running properly. The white LED light.
Yeah,
Well,
but
if
it's
it's
not flashing.
blinking.
Oh, it's blinking?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wake up and it's blinking, and my controller says that like my controller can't find the PlayStation. There's nothing on the TV. The power button doesn't work. The eject button doesn't work, and I have to unplug it and plug it back in.
Have you tried leaving your finger on the power button?
Yeah, it doesn't respond at all.
So you have to leave it on there for like 12 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't respond at all. It doesn't
Oh,
beep.
wow.
It doesn't do anything.
That is fucking weird.
Yep. But anyway,
There's no internet. More shit to deal with. All right. Next, what the fuck is that?
It's Dan.
We already knew. Is the Wii U going to turn things around? Are they in as bad shape as people make them out to be in terms of penetrating the home console space?
I don't think they are.
Yeah, you had a good article on that, Dan. I read that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Fucking Satoru Iwata, they're basically like they're only like a third away from their goal. They're only like 3 million units away. So I'm like, they did pretty good. 2/3 isn't so bad.
I think you said 1/3. A third.
Yeah, that's
Oh, they're
they want
1/8
9
away from their goal. I got you.
Yeah, 1/8, yeah. And either way, like 3DS sales are just like fucking. When Pokemon came out, people were legitimately. There was a fucking meme on Reddit that was like $200 Pokemon machine.
yeah.
So like, people were legit just buying 3DSs for Pokemon.
I know at least 3 people that did that. So.
Yeah.
I came this close to doing it.
Of course, now they're going to finish Pokemon and then sell the 3DS back, but that's a different story entirely.
You still bought one, so like whatever.
Yeah.
Nintendo was happy.
Yeah.
My thing though is I think the holiday season with the whole PS4 Xbox One debacle, that some frustrated parents will just go out and buy a Wii U for their kids.
It's gonna
Agreed.
piss off that kid though, man.
Yeah, it's gonna piss that kid off.
We don't give a shit about the chilling though. We don't give a shit about the chilling. Right now, what's important is that the Wii U makes sales. That's what's important. And
That is important.
I think they will see those sales. Pikmin to me is looking like a game that I might be interested in, but at the same time, the Wonderful 101 is like the action-oriented Pikmin, so I'm like, I think I'm gonna go with that. I don't I can't say like with 100% faith and conviction that Nintendo will just like fucking do it, but at the same time, I don't think that they're really in a bind, because if they were in a bind, I feel like they would have shown it. You know, unless they still believe in like the way of the samurai and never to give their opponents like fucking any reason to like celebrate too soon or some shit.
Yeah. I find there's a little bit of that in there, though. They are quite stubborn in the way that they kind of approach the market. But
I just think they're safe. I don't think they're stubborn. I just think they like to do what works and what they know works, and they won't release. They just won't try to experiment with things. They've been doing a lot with indie support. Like I said, SteamWorld Dig came out on the 3DS first, to my knowledge, but now it's on Steam, and you should all play that game because that game is fucking dope. But they're also experimenting a lot, indie games with like the 3D technology too, and seeing like how far they can push that as well. And that's really fun to see on the 3DS. And it would be really cool to see if they could incorporate it into like a new like gamepad for the Wii U or something, which would be fucking crazy now that I think about
you
it.
mean like a 3D gamepad on the Wii U?
Yeah. Or
Why isn't that a thing?
yeah.
Technology's not there yet.
It is there. It's
No,
just on a
it'd be too
3DS.
expensive to put in the console, though. With the 3DS, that's different. To put in the Wii U, that's going to be a little bit too much more of a price point. It's cheap
Yeah.
enough already to compete.
Yeah, we're already paying $300 for a deluxe bundle.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And if you need to replace your gamepad, it's like the same cost as a console now. So
yeah, the
Holy
gamepad
shit.
is already $150.
yeah,
Oh.
And you can't buy it in America.
yeah. If your gamepad breaks, you just need to buy a new console.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
Why is that even acceptable?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But I think it doesn't matter because I have a Japanese CirclePad Pro for the 3DS and it works on my 3DS. So I feel like the game console, the gamepad, will also work on the Wii U. Like I don't think it's region locked at all.
You gotta,
But it's still, you have to order it from Japan, and it's $150.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Or you could wait till the next Anime Boston and some dude will have it. Because that's how I got my CirclePad Pro. So like, fuck it.
oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. I
So you gotta
think.
do a lot of digging.
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
I think we had this discussion on the Facebook chat. I think Nintendo has done a really good job circumventing the problem that they used to have with the Wii, which is they weren't engaging their core audience that are Nintendo fans. Like the Wii was just like an abundance of just like crap coming out and shovelware, and there were some good games that came out for it, but I don't think they really appealed to the fans who really stuck by Nintendo.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people felt betrayed by that.
One of
Then-
Nintendo's big problems, and I read this in like I forget what gaming magazine, like a year ago. One of Nintendo's big problems since like after the Super Nintendo is that they don't have quality control. Like they don't have the same quality control that Sony or Microsoft does, so developers can just develop anything, and it can be a piece of crap and it still gets released. Sony and Microsoft have to approve your game, and if they don't like it, too bad.
Well, that's
Fucking-
different now because of indies. So like indies are a different thing. So if a game gets released, I guess that's the big problem too. Is that like when a game gets released on the Wii and it's basically should be an indie title, it's released as a $60 release and it's just a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Jerry Rice fucking dog football.
What the
Yes.
fuck was
Fuck was
that?
I found that one day.
Oh my god.
Where's-
We had a
where-
great discussion on the podcast on the Facebook chat, and it was just like, oh my god.
Everybody hear the audience laugh? I feel like Kevin has a soundboard.
It's actually built into Google.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go to the same thing that lets you put stuff on your face, there's a sound effect thing.
Shit, yeah.
I've been waiting for a good opportunity to use it for quite a while.
That was pretty. That was well done.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
Oh,
Bravo,
nice.
bro. That was
See if I
good.
can even find that.
Yeah.
Fucking. But yeah, dude, like they have
Worth
like
it.
they have like a lot of shit like that, and it's baffling. I feel like Nintendo's only good games are the ones that are like licensed by Nintendo.
And I think that's been the problem for quite a while. And now that's
Yeah.
sort of like an increasing problem because more and more, because there's so many not good games. Like, consumers aren't willing to trust non-Nintendo games on a Nintendo system. And as such, they're not selling as well, and so developers are developing less and less non-crap games for a Nintendo system.
It's a very similar problem that the Atari had when basically the big game crash that happened in like 80.
My man, you definitely just said Atari. Why are you talking about this?
Well, with E.T. I'm talking about E.T. Like, remember when E.T. came out, General Custard something, and like of some other games, like those games were pretty much basically E.T. was responsible for the big game crash that happened, and it was because of the whole quality control thing. People were just putting out this crap content, and consumers were losing interest because they're like, oh well, this game was a piece of shit. Like, why would I trust this next game coming out? So.
And
yeah.
I see that with Nintendo, and I think that's also increasingly becoming a problem with the mobile platform. Like, to connect back to what we
Yes.
said before,
Yes,
there are, like,
yes.
any app store. Even I just got a Kindle Fire, which has like the smallest app store, and there's so much crap in it. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much crap, and it's really hard to tell what is good and what isn't.
I think
Right.
a lot of that is to blame on like Angry Birds.
Which
Yeah.
that still got me though. I mean, that's on like consoles right now for $50. Like
I
I
know.
don't get
That's a
that.
lot of shit.
Yes, really is.
Sorry
is
to
weird.
interrupt.
I haven't even seen a review for it.
Go ahead, Shay.
I was just gonna say I gotta go to work. It's actually running a little bit late, but
All right.
Okay.
sorry.
We're obviously gonna miss you.
If that was an indication, I'm just,
Like that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
Well, you are going. What the fuck was that?
That was not me.
What that was the wrong sound effect.
It's like echoing in my head. Jeez.
That was wrong.
I was hoping for like a but nope.
Was it the
Definitely got
drama one?
something.
Because I've been wanting to hit the
That
drama
was
one for a
Inception.
while.
Yeah, that was the drama one. Yeah.
Nice.
That was definitely
I wanted.
Inception.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool. Next. So we're still
yeah, I
talking
think
about Nintendo.
yes, I think Nintendo has potential to turn things around because they are going back to engaging the core audience that really fell in love with Nintendo's games. So like, Mario, for example, the new Mario that came out. From what I'm hearing from everyone, even you, Dan, is that like,
It's a
even
fucking
though it's
good-ass
another
game.
Mario game,
Yeah.
yeah, there's been like over 170 Mario games.
Yeah.
Just kind of
But
wrap
it's,
your head around that. Over
It's,
170. Like the fucking some systems don't even have that many games at all.
yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, really. Like,
But nah, man. Like I understand your plight with the whole Mario franchise thing, and I've only liked very few Mario games. That's
yeah.
Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, the Super Mario 64 that came out on the DS where you played as Yoshi. That was really cool. And this one that just came out. This
Yeah.
one is crack.
I really
So
want to
dope.
play it.
Yeah, you should just come over and play it. If you're not doing anything today, you should do that.
Mm.
It'll give me an excuse to clean the house. So yeah.
I'll think. See if I can get Zach to let me use the car.
All right, finagle something.
We'll
Nice.
figure something out. I got to work in that Mega Man piece because I've been promising that for a long time.
Damn, son.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm still not done with that.
Alright.
But
TD Bank closed today.
yeah, I mean, I think their next step to really capitalize on where they can be in the console space is to start engaging people who are still like feeling like they're betrayed from Nintendo, or like, new IPs is a really good way to do that. So like the Wonderful 101 is a good start, but I haven't really seen anything aside from that really.
That game is hard as shit.
I heard. I
It
heard.
really is. But it's fun too at the same time.
I haven't seen anything aside from that and like the regular first-party stuff that we've already come to know of Nintendo to really come out to capture more audience and more people who are interested in gaming. But
Yeah, because I feel like what a lot of people are looking for from Nintendo is like an Uncharted or an FPS, like a Nintendo FPS, And Nintendo being like a family company, like the system is named Famicom, when it came out, family computer.
Right.
So I don't think they're gonna release anything that's like that gritty. Picking up Bayonetta, because it's owned by Sega, is kind of like, it's almost risque because of how sexualized Bayonetta is, and they're not gonna remove that because fans want that.
I know that there was even a big deal when they re-released Resident Evil, like on the GameCube, like with HD visuals, because Nintendo was such a family machine then.
Yeah.
Even though that game was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's scary and it has blood and isn't for children. So
Yeah.
So that's that, and I think that's a lot of the reason why, like, people are like, "Fuck Nintendo," but Nintendo isn't for you per se. They have like a much wider audience than I feel Sony and Xbox has.
Well, yes and no, I guess, because there are still a lot of family games that come out on both the 360 and the PS3.
I'd still say Nintendo's the most family-oriented console.
Oh, it's definitely the most, but I think both Microsoft and Sony have a wider audience in that they have the younger audience and they have the older audience, and they have the younger audience for Call of Duty and shit like that, but they don't. But like, you look at a lot of the PS3 titles, and there weren't very many that were E for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you would probably know better than I do in terms of that. My ex-girlfriend had little siblings, and like they finally got a Wii, but they were using the 360 before, and like they were playing, Viva Pinata and like the Lego games and like Just Dance.
Lego games came out like everything. Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those games come out on all the systems anyway. So
yeah.
And there's like this, like Sonic comes out on like all the games. Like he loves Sonic. Mega Man.
My Nintendo has exclusivity for fucking Sonic right now.
Yeah, they got the exclusivity back now. So
yeah.
I mean, that's probably going to be changing. But I do think that there was. I don't
think that ever should change.
Wait, what do you mean? You think that?
I think Nintendo should just like really hold on to Sega and just revamp the entire Sonic franchise. Just revamp the shit out of it.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, because Lost Worlds is actually pretty interesting. The controls I feel like are kind of funky, but once you get used to it, it'll just be like a smooth sailing game.
Hmm.
Yeah, because when I first picked it up, I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But I was running, and I was
there
like,
you
okay,
go.
I'll keep running, man. So yeah. But I think they should just hold on to Sonic and don't let go. Not until like Sonic is as good as like Sonic 2 was on Sega Genesis.
Fucking love that.
Yeah, that game was dope.
That game was amazing. Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, so many good memories. All right. Moving on to the next part, our final part. Microsoft has made a claim that Xbox One is sold out everywhere.
Bullshit.
And one of their definitely not true. Now, I would love for you guys to elaborate on this.
Right after basically the Xbox sales, there was an article about stores in New York that had over 100 Xbox Ones.
Shit.
I just yeah.
Some stores didn't even receive 100 PS4s at all.
Yeah. The thing is like with Microsoft is that like in Xbox is just, I know that Xbox does not have as many loyal and faithful subscribers as PlayStation or even Nintendo does. Xbox alone is just like a turnoff to me. Like, to be honest,
think they did have probably more.
Thank you.
They did have probably more like loyal gamers before everything that happened last year, before the one's release, and I think that they've lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because they treated their fans like shit.
Yes.
They lied to him. They called them idiots. They told him to stick to the 360 for the whole online bullshit, the whole DRM shit. I mean, they went on like a 6-month period of saying, all right, how are we going to piss the fans off today?
Yeah.
Like, that's all I kept hearing. And then they come out with shit like this, where they're lying to customers again, saying, "Oh, we're sold out everywhere. You can't find a System 1 shelves." No, you can. You can probably go down the street and get one if you want one.
Yeah.
Not even just customers, but investors and people in gaming media. And like,
Crazy.
you'll see it on Fox News, like the Xbox One was released to critical acclaim and it's sold out everywhere, blah blah blah. And it's like, not really.
The PS4 is sold out everywhere, from what I know, but I didn't know until today that you can still find them here and there.
I like what Reggie Fils-Aimé did. Fils-Aimé for Nintendo, CEO of Nintendo America, did when the Xbox One release date was happening. He was like, Xbox One comes out today. I suggest you pick up The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the World. I was like, what? It's fucking hilarious.
That's great.
So great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one. I just feel like people don't take Nintendo seriously. It's just like I don't take Xbox seriously. Like like Rise, Son of Rome, like that looked cool for like a minute. Like legitimately a minute. And like people say there are too many Mario games, but I've been playing the shit out of that game, and I just had to take a break because like I will literally sit there for like 3 hours straight and just beat levels. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I want to go back and like complete it too. Like there aren't many games that make me want to complete shit, like get all the stars and stickers and shit. Like I don't need that, but I want them.
That's pretty legit. I mean, like fucking. I'm kind of irked at the fact that they did that though, because like there are several articles out there kind of disproving that the Xbox One is available in many places, even online in most places. Like I think Amazon finally has the Xbox One sold out again, but like there was an article that went up that said the PS4 was available again on Amazon, and then like I went to the link and it was just gone. So I was like, the article just went up 10 minutes ago and the shit's gone. And like there's another article that said the same thing for Xbox, and like they were just like now available.
PS4 sold like PAX tickets. Crazy.
Yo, PAX tickets. My God. Fucking
They
first
were
day.
those shits were available for $150 on Reddit. The weekend passes. And I wanted to buy one, but I was like, I already have like a Friday and a Sunday pass, so I was like, I have to sell those if I was gonna buy it, and then now they're gone. So.
Well, you don't have a Saturday pass?
No, I don't have a Saturday pass, and it's pissing me off.
Man, they still haven't opened up registration for media. Just letting you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. No idea. Trying to get us in for that, man, but they haven't even.
No.
Like I emailed them. I was like, hey, I have this thing going on. I have people who are looking to do some press coverage. Like, what's the story? What do we need to do? Just let me know what I can do, what I need to do so I can prepare for it. And they're like, oh, stay tuned in the following months and we will give you the information as it comes. And where the fuck is the information?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Courage, the cowardly dog.
All right. Do console sales even matter?
Yes and no. I mean, console sales matter to developers because they're going to want to develop for a system that people own. Do they matter in terms of determining like system effectiveness? I don't know. Wii is still officially like the best console sales, ever, and their retention rate is absurdly low. So it's not a successful console.
Right.
Did
it overpass the PS2?
I think so. But the retention rate is like less than one game per system.
Holy fuck.
The average number of games that like a person who buys a Wii bought was like 0.8.
Whoa.
That's not even a full game.
No, because they bought it they either bought it with like Wii Fitness and they wanted Wii Fitness, or they bought it with Wii Sports and they just wanted Wii Sports, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's very true.
The Wii was like apparently the system that pulled in a lot of casual gamers, and then what I think you said, Will, is that the casual gamers were like, okay, I like video games now, let's go play Call of Duty, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
We moved on to the other systems.
Yeah.
and again, a lot of articles are like the Wii U is for Nintendo fans, and I'm a Nintendo fan, but I'm not like a Nintendo head. Like, I went to GameStop and I was like, I need a Wiimote, and this dude pulled out the fucking black Wiimote, the Mario Wiimote, and the Luigi Wiimote, and I was like, the fuck you doing? Just give me the black one. So yeah, but
That's amazing. What
no,
you doing?
yeah, I think wait, what we're talking about? Did we just go back from Xbox to
I don't know
Wii?
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what were we talking
What?
about Xbox before? See,
We
another
were.
point.
I've
Why
gotta get
Xbox
going,
sucks.
Yeah,
No.
man.
Did we wrap
Yeah.
it up, or did we cover it all? I think we did.
No, we covered it all. Yeah, we definitely we just
I
went
guess to
back.
wrap up that final statement, I think console sales do matter in the overall. I think it matters, like you said, Kevin. You know, in the sense that developers will see where people are buying things and where the money is, but also like where all the other gamers are, especially if you're an online gamer. It's like if there's a vibrant community of people playing on one console, that
So-
kind of does matter.
Like to wrap it up, console sales matter, but like they're not the end all be all. It's also console sales, it's game sales, it's like how devoted the community is. It's everything.
Yeah.
And also like companies don't make that much money on consoles, if anything. And that's a big part of that too.
Right.
I like the hand gesture.
Thank you. Going for a pension. Kamen Rider Transformation didn't quite work out. I used to have that app on my phone. I had the belt. Anyway.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the Black Oni podcast. As always, we will catch you all later. Hey, Mom. And we love you all. Yeah.
And now soundboard forever. But
Always.
I'm still figuring out how to fucking what. I'm still trying to figure out how to get this.